Hello everyone, this is General History, and this is part 13 of our uh, Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. We just finished our assault on Libya, or our first assault through Libya. We got to the outer defenses of Tobruk,
Well, I must
and now
admit,
we are moving on
General,
to
I'm
Operation
impressed.
Battleaxe.
Your execution of Rommel's plan was a stunning success. But unfortunately for you, the British have also taken notice. And I'm here to warn you, they're gearing up for a major counterattack as we speak. Your British opponents have just received a major resupply of equipment and tanks. And they're going to be throwing it directly at your forward positions in this region. I recommend setting up defensive lines on this ridge here, along the easily defensible escarpment here, and anchor your center at this desert fort here. Repulse the hasty offensive with all your might. That is the absolute minimum I expect from you. Should you have the strength for it though, I think this could be a golden opportunity to not just beat the British, but rout them entirely. See if you can penetrate the enemy lines as far as these towns here and here. Capturing both should cement that route. And then we'll see if we can't deal with that thorn in our supply chain at Tobruk.
Okay, so that was the end of the briefing. We got a new commander. He has first aid, restores 1 point of strength every turn. The unit did not attack. That should be an interesting one. Might be good for like artillery. Oh, so we have a lot of heavily damaged units that we need to repair. I'll use elite replacements to get him up to full strength. Use elite replacements for him as well. And maybe him. Everybody else will go ahead and give our green troops. So Battleaxe took place after Operation Brevity, which was another failed assault by the British. Just sort of relieve Tobruk from being sieged. Because Rommel didn't have the strength to be able to push into Tobruk. It was really well defended. Alright, so that's all my... So Tobruk would have been to the north here. So this is actually the south of Tobruk. So the first Operation Brevity, the British were able to take the Hellfire Pass, but eventually would be forced back by the Germans. The Germans would counterattack and pretty much do a lot of damage to the British Coldstream Guards who were holding the pass. But one of the big problems that Rommel was having was he was having a lot of supply issues at the time. Part of this was due to him overstretching his units, as we talked about. Another part of it was though, and you sort of can't really put all the blame on Rommel, was the Italians who were supposed to be able to supply the Germans and support them weren't doing a very good job of this. They were struggling a lot. They told the Germans that they would be able to support them, and like I said, they just weren't able to do so. Alright, so let's take a look at how we should deploy our forces. I think I might go ahead and put one of my... I'm not really going to need pioneers in this battle. I don't think. Might keep one. Which one did I just put in there? Okay, my lesser. I might keep one just to be safe. But I think what I really want to do is purchase some anti-tank for this battle. Because that's really what the Germans relied heavily on, was their anti-tank capabilities for this battle. So I might go ahead and get 2 anti-tank guns, set them up on the Haifa Ridge, or the Hafid Ridge. I'm wondering if I should bring in an anti-air, or the 88 gun as well. Like, I don't think I'm going to need recon this battle either, so I might move them into reserve as well. And like I said, let's take a look at going ahead and getting an 88mm gun as well. Did I? No, just give them wagons. I don't know if I'm going to keep them going forward, these anti-tank guns. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So let's go ahead. We'll put one of the guns in Fort Capuzzo. Put one of the guns there. Put the 88 on that ridge there. Put some artillery in as well. I think I'm gonna move this Stug to reserve as well. I think I might want to get some more Air Force. I have a feeling what's going to be needed. Alright, so let's set up my infantry. In fact, I really think I should not bring in any pioneers. I really don't think they're going to be needed for the assault. So yeah, let's... Because it did say we can counter. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. There's no reason to. There's no... I mean, I guess I could. The Germans did actually counter. So we'll see. We'll see about countering. I might just bring in some more regular infantry to help hold these ridges. Let's go ahead and get another grenadier unit. How's that? Deploy him on this ridge as well. It does mean I'm going to be starting with my armor well in reserve, but that's sort of kind of what the Germans had. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so we can upgrade my Panzers to the Panzer IV-F, which really just added more armor to the Panzer. So we'll start with my fighters forward. Head scout it up forward. That's all I can put at that base. And oh wow, is there really any point to having a bomber? I think I'm gonna move him to reserve as well. I have plenty of prestige, so I don't mind. Let's go ahead and purchase another Stuka. Put the Stuka forward. We got 6 to work with. Go ahead and bring in another fighter. Should I bring in another tank? Could bring in some Sharbies. That'd be interesting to see what they do. Can also bring in some Matildas. Now, this goes the way the actual battle went. I should be able to capture a lot of Matildas, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get another Panzer III. We are gonna be possibly facing a lot of British armor in this battle, so feel much more comfortable bringing in. That's all they had defending the pass is an anti-tank gun. Typically, historically, the British weren't able to take the Haifa Pass, but if that's the only thing that the computer gives us to hold the Haifa Pass, I don't think that's gonna happen. Alright, so that's gonna be my deployment. Oh yeah, the hero. So let's deploy him. What's our best? They're all. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's give him. Oh wait. The hero. I feel like an artillery unit might be the best because it can't be used. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so let's go ahead. end this. Oh, they move first. So the British actually they attacked all at once across three sectors. Although the Haifa Pass was the first one to be attacked. So so we'll talk about that first. Now, like I said, the British attacked the Haifa Pass. We're going to lose it, I can guarantee. So I probably should have kept my pioneer units maybe, because it looks like I'm gonna have to retake it. Obviously, that gun stood no chance against the British forces. Really, the Haifa Pass was a very strongly entrenched force. They had a lot. The German, like, it's being held by the Italians in this, but it was actually held by the Germans. They actually had deeply entrenched 88mm guns on the Haifa Pass, and British attacked with the British Indian infantry attacked to the west of this ridge, the Haifa Pass ridge, and then British armor attacked from the south, and the British armor that attacked from the south just got wrecked by the German 88 guns. But the Indian infantry didn't stand a chance either. They were they had heavy entrenched machine gun positions as well at the Haifa Pass, and Major Miles, who was one of the commanders of the tank units, one of his last communications was literally, "They're tearing my tanks apart." Was one of his last communications. The Germans eventually counterattacked, forcing the British armor attacking from the southwest here down. The British would go on to nickname the pass the Hellfire Pass due to the amount of casualties they ended up taking. So let's go ahead and see what I can do for my... Okay, so this is supposed to be the Solemn Barracks. Don't think I'm gonna retreat them. There's just not enough forces. We're under heavy counterattack right now. I think all I can really do right now is keep my forces at as high a strength as possible. Might move him out. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and this is my Panzer Corps, so I'll send them down this way. I got British armor coming up in the middle here, so I'll start counter-attacking with my infantry. I mean my tanks that way. Let me go ahead and send out my scout plane. Send them all across. So yeah, significant British armor in the middle there. Let's go after their air force. Go after their fighters first. Try and knock down their air support. Do we have? Yeah, I should have one more fighter. There we go. Dingo. Dingo ate my baby. Sorry. Why is that an anti-aircraft gun? No, it's an anti-tank gun. Why would I take casualties against an anti-tank gun? Is that a fight? Oh, okay, that's a fighter bomber. I guess it can support? I didn't think it could. Nice. Really don't know. He took casualties, so... Into 3, we'll move south. Alright. Move him forward as well. Nail him. Alright, so wasn't a terrible first turn. Pretty sure I used everybody, yeah. So this is going to be the hardest part. It's going to be ending up having to counterattack, as well as worry about their air force. So I do see they have another hurricane down here. They're probably going to chew up my... I shouldn't have sent my Stukas so far forward. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Alright, end turn. So the next main part of the British assault happened at Fort Capuzzo. Now they bypassed point 206, which would be, I'm assuming, this hill line here. How did, oh, god dang it. That's stupid of me. Which would have been this high point here, I believe. Which the Germans said, oh my god. Really? So yeah, they bypassed point 206 to attack Fort Capuzzo. The Germans didn't really put up too hard of a fight, although they did try and counterattack, but eventually British forces just overwhelmed the fort there. And like I said, the Germans would send several counterattacks to try and take back the fort on the first day. All of them failed. Never really made too much ground. Where's my Panzer 4? Was that my Panzer? No, that's the Panzer 3. Where's my Panzer 4? Have him take out this anti-tank gun. I'm not gonna waste it on him. Move forward that anti-tank gun. Move the artillery into Fort Capuzzo. I was able to force them back. Yeah, look at that. We're forcing them back. What is... I'm only going to be able to suppress that tank? Oh well. Alright, let's get that guy back up to full strength. Not really worried about their scout aircraft. Yeah, there you go. Force them off the ridge. There we go. That didn't go as well as I would have hoped, but not too bad either. Ah, that's a Matilda, that's why. Let's at least get him up as well. Matildas are going to be much stronger force against our Panzer IIIs. Oh, we got them to surrender, and we captured 3 Matildas. There we go. Alright, so where is their air force? I know I saw a hurricane before. I don't see it anywhere over here anymore. Let's try and scout out. So all the air force is down there. My scout plane's probably going to get shot all to hell. So, I don't think... I mean, I could go and try and attack them. I don't think I will, though. I think I'll just use them to support. Hit this infantry in the open. Alright, I'll use this tank to hit that infantry while it's still in the open. Took good casualties. Because as soon as I get into the city, Solemn, they're gonna be a lot harder to force out. Okay, so I believe that's all I can do. I could move forces forward. I think I'm going to keep them in reserve for now, just while the British continue to bring up forces against me. So after Capuzzo fell, the 2nd Scotch Guards attacked Musaid, or Musaid, however you want to pronounce it, and were able to take that on the first day. And then the next the next battle, which is really where a lot of the major battle took place on the first day, which was at Hafod Ridge or Hafod Ridge, however you want to pronounce it. Uh, uh, oh wait, so sorry, sorry. So yeah, the British attacked Hafod Ridge. They also attacked Point 206. After they'd taken Fort Capuzzo, the 4th Royal Tank Regiment attacked Point 206. They took heavy casualties, but eventually they were able to force the British forces on the ridge there off. So the British are counterattacking heavily with their air force. But again, like I said, the British main attack came from the 2nd Royal Tank Regiment and the 7th Armored Brigade. They were tasked, as well as the 6th Royal Tank Regiment. They were tasked with taking the Hafod Ridge. Now, British earlier reconnaissance believed that the Hafod Ridge was only defended by, or had only had one ridge line. It had, in fact, had 3 ridge lines. The British were able to force back the German defenders off the 1st ridge line pretty easily, but then came under heavy fire from the 2nd ridge line and mauled a lot of their armor. Now, they then moved left, which you sort of saw there, to flank the ridgeline, and that 88 just, I don't know why they tried moving that force forward. So they do actually have a lot of armor in reserve down here as well. But they tried to flank left on the ridgeline, and eventually were did some damage to the anti-tank guns on the 2nd ridgeline, but Germans had another ridgeline filled with 88mm guns, which they used to pretty much, again, as if British were flanking, pretty much got mauled as they were hit on that by the 3rd ridgeline with 88mm guns. So the British are still bringing up forces here. Now the British eventually retreated as the British sent in reconnaissance reports saying that the Germans were amassing the 5th Light Tank Regiment just north of the ridge. So they retreated and waited for the Germans to attack. That attack never came. In fact, they actually ended up pulling out a lot of forces off that 2nd ridge to 3rd ridge, which made the British think that the Germans were in full retreat. That actually wasn't the case, of course. It was just a ruse in order to get the Germans to think they were attacking, or retreating, sorry, and in reality they were ended up waiting for the British to then send up their forces, which they then attacked, not only with the anti-tank guns, but that's at the point where Rommel sent up the 5th Tank Regiment, or the 5th Light Tank Regiment. And again, the Germans then pushed the British off the Hafod Ridge, which really brought the brought the first day to its conclusion, really. I just realized there was another British aircraft there. I should attack that tank, but I guess that brought him in next to the BF-109, which we'll be able to support if the British attack. So time to take out this Vickers. Probably should use him against him. Just realized I had Panzer IV trying to go up against a Matilda, that's not going to end well for me. So, what I might do, or I am going to do, wait, didn't I have a anti-tank gun somewhere? Did I lose that anti-tank gun? Oh, okay, he's right there. So this, maybe what I'll do is hit him, got him to retreat. It's not really gonna do anything per se. Oh, jeez, ended up just taking casualties myself. Ugh. Okay. Well, it does put him in position. I think I'll just put him there. I won't attack with him. Alright, we'll keep hitting this infantry in the open. Hit that infantry in the open. Let's go ahead and get these guys up to full strength. I'll just go ahead and get him up to full strength as well. Alright, that's going to be it for this turn. I'll keep these guys on the ridge because, like I said, the British are still attacking. Eventually, I'm probably going to counterattack. Probably down to City Omar, just like the Germans would eventually do. But I'll talk about that in a minute as we move on to what would be day 2. Well, I'm ending this turn. It really doesn't keep track of the days, but historically, we're moving on to day 2. Now, day 2 started with German attacks on Fort Capuzzo again, and yet again, this attack ended up horribly for the Germans, because the British had really reinforced, or set up really good breastworks, put a lot of anti-tank guns in sand bunkers, and there we go, we just lost the Solemn Barracks. And then the Germans, and then also reinforced their positions at Fort Capuzzo. Germans would end up losing 50 tanks on this counterattack, and then, which we just lost. This actually allowed the British to then move the 2nd Scots Guards from Musaid to the Solemn Barracks. They took it on that second day. Alright, so let's see what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead. We'll pound this British unit for one. I'll go ahead and move him forward and try and finish him off. There we go. He's not going to be in range, so let's just go ahead and put him back up to full strength. We'll move him forward just to give him something to do. Attack that the recon plane. Alright, we'll start swinging south with these tank forces. Attack this dingo. Pound him with artillery. They are starting to move an artillery piece up, but that's going to be bad for them, I would assume. Why is that 6-2? This Buford fighter is strong as heck. I don't understand it. Alright, well, we'll swarm this Hurricane at least. Or Spitfire. Okay, Spitfire. And there we go, aerial ace. Alright, so we took down that Spitfire. Wonder if I don't think they have anything else other than that Buford. Oh, they do have a Hurricane. They still have a Hurricane down there. It's alright though. Attack him. Yeah, see, now that he's in there, it's gonna be a lot harder to get him out. So we'll go ahead and put some pressure on that unit. These Italian infantry suck, though. Alright, hit that infantry in the open. Hit this infantry. Okay. I still have all this air support to call in. So we'll go ahead and do just that. Got more armor coming up. Alright. So I'm not too worried about their air force anymore. We pretty much overwhelmed them with this battle. Okay. So all they have looks like all they have left is, unless they got some more fighters back at this airport, maybe I'll send my scout plane down there next time. Yeah. Okay. So again, on day 2, the major battle again still came from the Hayford Ridge. Now, Rommel sent the 5th Light Division on a flanking maneuver down towards City Armara. Now the 6th, 2nd, and the 6th and the 2nd Royal Tank Regiments and the 7th Armored Brigade both pursued these forces, the 7th Light Division, and they were sort of doing this moving engagement all the way down towards City Armara. Now the British did score several victories against some of the transports that the Germans had, but they were able to lure the British into another trap by moving their forces backwards or retreating, rusing them in, which brought the British tank units into range of. God, they're just bringing up more tanks. Which brought the British tank units in range of their artillery or their anti-tank guns, which they then used to basically force the British back to the west of City Omar, or the east, I'm sorry, of City Omar. Alright, well, we were able to get him to get destroyed. Okay, we got him to surrender. Start moving these forces down. Not really gonna attack per se. We'll attack that artillery piece. Go ahead and strengthen some of these units. I'm going to start moving my forces off the Hayford Ridge now. Try and get them forward. Feel a little bit more confident doing that now. Now that we've attacked most of their units and sent them back. This J-Way, yep. Alright, so hopefully we can swarm this hurricane and take it out. Thought I saw his attack. Oh, come on. Alright, well, this hurricane will fall this battle. Now that hurricane's gone, this Bureau fighter is going to be a lot easier to take down. 2-1, it's alright, I'll take that. This guy's not in range of anything. So I'm going to have to try and take this airport down here to be able to continue to use my air force as we move forward. Keep up the pressure here. I'll keep. I don't necessarily need to take back the Solomon barracks, but what a Solomon barracks. Sorry, not Solomon. Could attack. I guess I will. Oh God, dang it! Didn't get as good of results as I wanted. I'll go ahead and move up my 88 as well. Let's see. Move right here. Maybe he can support with his gun down. I don't know. I don't know how that works. All right, that's my anti-tank gun. So moving on to date. Actually, you know what? We'll save. I just noticed how much time we have. We're at 35 minutes, 36 minutes now. So we'll actually end this episode here, and we'll pick up in the next episode. We're actually only on turn 5. We actually got 10 more turns of this to go. I'm wondering how much more the British actually have in reserve. Actually, really quickly. That's as far forward as I can actually get with him. They do have some more armored and some anti-aircraft and more artillery in reserve down here. I don't know how much they have reserved down in the frontier past these cities here. So okay, so that's where we're gonna leave this episode. So thank you all for watching. This is General History signing off. Thanks. Bye bye.